Is going on, Gulf Coast Nation? Guys, welcome home. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We do videos every single Monday and Friday, but today we have a very odd, frustrating, I don't know, Blaine, what's your take on this episode? Disappointing. That's just a kick in the gut, but we'll dive into it here in just a second, do a little walkthrough of the events that took place today, and then give you our 2 cents. Since we do this full time, let's get to it. So basically, day starts out. Kirsten, for those of you who have not seen that video, Kirsten's my girlfriend. She's caught a nice bull shark before. She's been on the channel. If you haven't seen the video, it's going to be in the top right corner of your screen right now. But she is out. It's her dad's birthday. Blaine and I are setting up a trip for them. Kirsten's going to be helping out a little bit, maybe lead her in a shark today. She's got her own high seas waders. If you guys don't have your high seas waders, go check out the link in the description. So we decided to take her dad and her mom out for a little, day trip on the beach. It is November now, and we just wanted to get after some sharks. Get them on a shark, no big deal. Normal day. And it was a normal day for the most part. We had a little run and drop. Oh, that sounds like the right fish, too.
It does sound like the right fish.
And then we finally got picked up by a committed shark after a couple hours. That's what we want. That's what we want, baby. Woo! The all-day grind for this bite. We're gonna make it count. This will be the first one if we stick it, man. On the new Jaws blank. You're gonna break in Blaine's rod. Blaine's Jaws blank that he hasn't caught on yet.
Still has
not seen a fish. And basically this is where everything starts going sideways. So we get a run. It's going. And then it starts to slack. I put the camera on the camera stand, and then it starts swimming in with it. So it's swimming in. My back was facing east. I was facing to the west with my back to the east. And I didn't see the boat coming up. But he was running probably right around 35, 40 yards off the beach. Right on top of the bar. And the place that we fish is not far at all.
He wasn't even on the bar. He was in the gut.
Yeah, like in the gut. Like way too close to the beach for so many reasons. But we will cover those, why you shouldn't do what this guy did later. But basically, just to run through the events, I'll show you. The camera was facing like west, so you didn't see when he ran up. You just saw after he caught our lines. But I'll play that video too. Like, so frustrating because we finally have a shark. He's swimming in with the shark. The shark is swimming in with the bait. Just normal stuff that happens. We're waiting for him to turn out to set the hook. We're about to get Kirsten's dad's birthday shark. Everything is about to be really, really good. And then this absolute moron is the best way you can describe it. Comes running up 35, 40 yards off the beach. And what I'm doing is I run over. You can see me run out of frame. I run over and start waving my arms. And I'm trying to tell this guy, like, out, go out, out. Blaine sees him. You can see Blaine leave the frame. And he's pointing out. And so right then, the goal is not, hey, dude, like, you're a moron. Like, we're trying to yell at you. Like, we're mad. No, it's just like, hey, for your sake and for our sake, we lose braid. It's a couple $100. Yep. This guy might lose a whole lower unit, which is a couple $1,000. So we're just trying to communicate, like, one, yes, you're being a moron, but in this sense, like, just main thing is like, stop, go away. And so we're pointing, and the guy looks back at us. We don't get it on camera, but the guy looks back at us and is like, and starts mocking us. I was just like, what? Like, what? An ego trip. In that moment, we're obviously trying to communicate with you. And he just, and instead of trying to understand, he takes an ego high road and mocks us back, catches the line that Kirsten's dad's in the harness with. He doesn't shark fish. So that could have been a dangerous situation. And then catches the second rod, which is this one right here. As you can see, it used to have 1,200 yards of braid on it. And Blaine's reel, which was the one that was on the shark. Got cut off a good couple, probably 200, 300, 400 yards or so. But yeah, I lost probably right around 900 yards of braid. So that was fantastic. Blaine picks it up, tries to drop it below the boat. It gets hit. So he picks up 2 lines, and then when he comes into frame, he realizes midway through what had happened. Like, he hears both reels screaming because he's so close, even over his boat. I mean, he could hear everything. And he starts heading back out. That's when his boat comes into frame. and then Blaine, the red reel that was in Blaine's hand breaks off, and then luckily in the harness, Kirsten's dad breaks off. He was down, but we kept the drag really low there, so luckily there he wasn't, at strike setting or anything like that. But
tighten that in one. Yep.
Ended up popping off. He ate quite a bit into his propeller, but hopefully I've already played these clips by now. But here's the main thing. Here's the main issue that's not okay, and it's a little bit more serious than just taking braid. Because yes, it's frustrating. It happens. We lose braid all the time. We lose braid to cutoffs. Right now in this situation, it's a little frustrating because we just got a bunch of braid in. We waited like 6 weeks for it, and we just spooled his reel up perfect. Just spooled my reel up, new top shot, everything. This was the first trip that I made to the beach with all new braid. And we get both of these cut off. Very frustrating. And then we just got back our leader stock up a little bit from exactly 0 because we've been having supply issues. So we finally get leaders, and we only had 6 weights. Big thank you to Big John.
Yep.
Because we only have 6 weights because Big John gave us weights, another supply issue thing. And so now we have 4 weights. Now we have 11 leaders instead of 13. And it goes quick. We run 2 groups. We can run 4 or 5 rods. So like those, 11 liters might seem a lot if you only shark fish every once in a while. We shark fish all the time. And so it's just frustrating for the gear thing. But that's not the point of this video. That's just kind of like, gosh dang it, snap of the fingers. Like that's frustrating. You move on. But like 35, 40 yards off the beach, you could kill somebody. And today was a nice day, 75 degrees or so. The water in the Gulf is still pretty warm, especially for people who are out of town. And where he was in the gut is where kids were swimming. Like there was kids in the water, people surf fishing, people surf casting. And it is frustrating to run over line. It's frustrating to lose gear. It's probably frustrating for him to have his lower unit or propeller seal or whatever happens to his motor happen. But like his life completely changes forever if you run somebody over. Being irresponsible, uneducated. So for those of you watching right now who run a boat, run a jet ski or whatever, the law states 300 feet, which is 100 yards. A good rule of thumb is a good distance past the second sandbar. But also just take a judgment. If you're running down the beach, look, where do you think swimmers would be? How far out do you think somebody would be? And just stay another 50, 100 yards. Like you're in a powered boat. The worst that's going to happen is if it's really rough and you just have to take a little bit more of a beating from waves or whatever. But, like, there is 0 reason to run 30, 40 yards off the beach. Because whatever reward you're trying to get from showing your boat off or being tucked in out of the wind will never be paid off if you run somebody over. And that could be very permanent, very, very serious thing. So take the mood back up a little bit from the serious tone. Yeah. This is not that big of a deal, but there is a lesson to be learned here. If you're a shark fisherman, I've heard of stories that this happened before. Don't do anything stupid. Don't shoot at the guy. Don't throw weights at somebody. Don't shoot a flare gun. Don't track the guy down. It's at the end of the day, it's line of leaders. That guy that we saw today, or any guy that does that kind of stuff, is just an uneducated boater. He might have been egotistical, whatever his problem is, but like, you chuck a 6-ounce lead at him, you hit him in the head. Now we're having a whole, so it's like you got to kind of gauge. Just like we let him eat some braid, he popped off. We were like, gosh dang it, we reran one rod, couldn't rerun this one, and did what we could do with the rest of the day. It is what it is. Now we only have 4 weights, waiting for more supplies to come back in, and we just move on. Move on. Life goes on. But just be smart. Don't make permanent decisions that could permanently affect the way your life goes forward. So that's the first time I have ever had a boat actually run over lines. I know you guys have had some close calls, but Always heard stories about it, and I guess I'm glad to be a part of the club now. Blaine, how's it feel?
I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I lost a lot of bread. I'm a little butthurt.
It wouldn't be.
It's not a huge deal. I'm still a little butthurt though.
Yeah.
This was full.
Yeah, like full to the brim.
Yeah.
Like
I had like 10 wraps of Top Shot on here.
Yeah, a lot of braid. Had it spooled up real nice, and it was kind of like the end of blacktip season too. So we were like, we might not get cut off again. Boat.
Literally like 45 minutes before Kirsten's parents left, this all happened. So we were very close. Very close to making it out with no cutoffs, no nothing.
Yeah. So, just, I guess if I wanted one thing to be taken from this video, if you're going to run the beach, be smart. Don't put yourself in a place where you're going to run some kids over, run some people over. And then 2, if this does happen to you, do not overreact. Judge your reaction. It's perfectly fine to yell at somebody. Perfectly fine to call them a moron, an idiot, whatever you need to do to get something off your head and chest. But don't draw the situation to something where it could affect the rest of your life. I want you to have a good life. So that way you can keep shark fishing. And if you have a boat, just be smart. So that way you can continue to have a boat and be happy and take your friends out. And I'm sure that guy who ran over our lines is nice to other people and takes his people on their boats or whatever. And I hope he has a great day. And I hope his boat isn't too jacked up. But if you watch this video and you were that boat in like the area, you know exactly because you mocked us back. Like if you want to like go get some dinner and then give us like a couple $100 check to pay us back for our braid, that'd be cool. And then I'll give you a shirt. If you give us a couple $100 back for the braid, I'll give you a GCN shirt. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This is the deal. That's going to be it for this week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got something out of it. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. Share with your friends. And as always, we'll catch you guys in just a couple days. You.